Hey, what is up, everybody? So this morning, Matt LaFleur had a press conference where he basically shared his plan for how they're going to use the quarterbacks in his preseason. So I want to break down sort of what he had to say and sort of what I think about it for this upcoming preseason. But first off, yesterday I let you guys know that I do not live in Wisconsin, as lots of you guys knew, but some of you new guys didn't know that. And I was pretty surprised to see how many of you guys are from other places, like all around the world. I saw like Malaysia, I think I saw the Philippines, some other places. So I think that's pretty awesome that, there's tons of Packers fans pretty much all over the world. So I'm curious, if you haven't said where you're from, drop it in the comments on this video. And after this, I'm going to go down and look and see like how many places everybody's from, because I thought that was pretty interesting. So I wanted to say that on this video. So now I want to take a look at this quote from Matt LaFleur. I have my computer right here where I will read it from. For some reason, it's not on. Okay, it's turning on. 1 second. Password. Oh, shoot. So the first thing he had to say in the press conference was Jordan is going to take the majority of the game, and then Kirk Benkert, will go in there. And then someone asked, will you play Aaron Rodgers at all this preseason? Matt LaFleur responds, most likely not. So I don't think this is very shocking probably to most people, just because when you have a guy in Aaron Rodgers who has been doing what he has been doing for as long as he has, you don't really need him in the preseason, and I think pretty much the only reason that he would go in there, maybe he needs a little live action he hasn't had in a while. But I feel like the Packers, shouldn't go in there and risk injuring Aaron Rodgers, especially when you have a guy in Jordan Love who the Packers really need to see how he can play, in a live scenario. And so I think it definitely makes sense for the Packers. He didn't say Aaron Rodgers isn't playing. He said most likely not, but that sort of seems to me like Matt's like, yeah, no, we're not going to play Aaron Rodgers. We're going to keep him safe for, the actual season when it comes up. Because for Jordan Love, last season, of course, with everything going down, not having the preseason, he didn't get to have that preseason to really develop and really for anybody to see how good he actually is. And so I definitely think this preseason is pretty crucial for Jordan Love, just because, with an uncertain future for Aaron Rodgers after this season in Green Bay. I think if Jordan Love comes in here in these preseason games and is like lights out and people really start to buy into him, I think it's easier, for the Packers to move on to him coming into next season. But if he does come in here and struggle a lot, that doesn't mean he can't be good in the future. Obviously, it takes quarterbacks time to develop, and I bet, it may be in a couple of years he could be great. But if he does come in here and struggle a lot, I think it's definitely going to give people a little bit of worry when it comes to the future of the quarterback position if Aaron Rodgers, isn't around in the years to come. And so I definitely think it is an important preseason, super important for Jordan Love coming in here for these 3 preseason games that the Packers do have. And one thing I've been thinking about too recently is, Kirk Benkert in there, who he seems like an awesome guy, great guy, and I haven't really seen anything negative about him in training camp. That could be partly to do with the fact that, the microscope is sort of like solely on Jordan Love. So, anytime Jordan Love has a bad throw, you sort of hear about it just because people really want to know how Jordan Love is doing. And Jordan Love has, I think, had good moments, at least from what I've seen from, reporters and stuff who are there. But he's definitely had many bad throws, many interceptions, lots of maybe bad reads throughout this, training camp as well. Obviously, he's still developing, he's still growing, but he definitely isn't, I think, where he needs to be at this point. So I guess I was sort of thinking in my mind, is it possible that Kirk Benkert is better than Jordan Love? I don't really know. We haven't really seen too much from either of them in live game at all. So I think this preseason is going to be very telling. But I'm curious to see sort of what Kurt, sort of does when he does go in there for this preseason as well. So I think that's definitely, probably the biggest thing people are going to want to watch for the Packers in this preseason is how good is Jordan Love. If he comes in here and lights up, these games and plays like lights out, as I was saying, I think that people are really going to buy into him, and, this whole idea of him taking over will be, I guess, accepted a lot more. But obviously, if he comes in here and struggles, it's going to take a lot more, I think, more time for him to develop. But of course, the preseason doesn't mean everything, but of course, it is his first time in a live game. So that's pretty much what Matt LaFleur had to say about that for the preseason. The first preseason game is this Saturday, I believe, against the Houston Texans. So we'll get to see, all the other training camp battles going on, the running back position, some other positions as well. So that will be fun to watch, and I'll continue to cover everything on this channel. So if you haven't subscribed, you want to see more Packers content, Packers news. Sorry, I think my battery almost died. So if you want to see more Packers content, Packers news, Packers everything, it's all on this channel. So make sure you guys subscribe down below and drop a like on this video if you guys enjoyed it. And don't forget to comment where you're from if you're fine doing that. I'm curious to see where everyone's from. So thank you guys for watching. As always, I'll probably have another video out today, maybe in a couple hours, so stay tuned for that one. But thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys next time.